Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Spectrum Drama, where we take a look at the hottest posts on Spectrum for the week and give our opinions on them. So before we get started, don't forget we are currently running another giveaway for the entirety of the month of December, and if you want to be in with your chance to win the awesome Drake Cutlass Red, the IAE edition as well, so you get a bunch of cool stuff like 10 years insurance, which is amazing. All you need to do is comment on this and every other video in the month of December for your chance to win, and don't forget to append parentheses GA to your comments so I know that you want to win. And also, big news, joining us this week for Spectrum Drama, we have once again the awesome Captain Zapps. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great, guys. Thank you very much for having me back here.
It's a pleasure.
Always welcome.
Oh yes, always a friend of the Crying Cow. So, I think that pretty much covers it. So let's get started. Okay, so first up we've got a post from The Jop, and a usual poster, good post from The Jop. And it says, the current Carrack is awesome. So he is pretty effing stoked to get this ship to fly around after waiting so many years. There's a bit of a list here of some of the things that basically this ship can do. It's a pretty big list because this ship is awesome. But things like, you know, it's got medbay, it's got drones, it's got a snub ship, which, as everyone knows, is awesome, the Pisces.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's got a big hangar, it's got all these cool things, you know, room for rovers, you know, it's just awesome. There's a lot of hate, unfortunately, for the Carrack at the moment because it doesn't look like the original concept of it like a year ago. What do you guys think of the new Carrack? Are you excited or are you disappointed?
This guy is preaching to the choir. I mean, I love the new look of the Carrack. The old one was nice, but this one is just a bit more aggressive, if that's the right way to put it.
Yeah.
And it looks great. You know, I'm really happy they didn't keep the sausage dog legs. That had to go. Just wasn't working for me.
Complete agreement. I'm really surprised that this whole new versus old Carrack argument is still going on, actually. Spectrum is alight with this. There's about 3 posts of people complaining about it to every 1 post of someone praising it.
Yeah.
His biggest complaint around the engines, I believe, is it?
That is one of the gripes, but it's just in general, people don't like the slightly lower, fatter shape.
Yeah, a lot of people are moaning about the fact that it's smoother now. Have you seen this? This is the new gripe, is that it's not as angular and it doesn't have kind of it's kind of been smoothed and rounded off. Which most people are thinking is because obviously the more kind of corners and edges you've got, the more polygons and all that to actually render. But that's what people are moaning about most, I've noticed in the comments. It's just that it looks too smooth. Weird.
That's weird. I mean, didn't the original Carrack get concepted before the Anvil design language was ever even made?
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe this new less angular approach is just following that guideline, I think, you know?
Yep.
I like it though.
Completely, yeah. I've got no real bad. I mean, yeah, okay, the engines could be a little bit better. I think they're kind of round on this new model, but I think a sort of angular shape might look a bit better. Kind of like what we got in the Pisces, just make them bigger and stick them on the back of the Carrack. Job done.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like? It looks like they've taken the Hornet engines and plunked them on there. If I was going to say one bad thing, they look a bit small, but I mean, other than that, you know, they don't bother me too much.
Yeah. There's quite a few ships like that though, where the redesigns have made a lot of the external components smaller, you know, smaller landing gear, smaller engines and all that kind of stuff. And I think that maybe it is just to keep the form factor smaller. It's just easier, I don't know, easier to render, easier to park, I don't know, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, personally, you know, it's a big thumbs up from me, and I think the majority of people are in the same boat. You know, they like it. It's just you've got the kind of hardcore who are hanging on to a concept. But the thing to bear in mind, it was a concept. I mean, concepts change, you know, as they develop. So I think people need to just sort of woo-sa, you know, rub some ears.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, we seem to get a post like this every time they bring out an old ship. Right? When it becomes production ready in the universe, flight ready, there's always some kind of post going up about moaning about the shape or something. It doesn't have a toilet. Sorry, Cutlass. There's always something. I don't know. It just gets a bit tiresome. And apparently on Spectrum there was some kind of user-made poll, and according to this poll, apparently voted by people on Spectrum, there was more people that disliked the new Carrack as opposed to those that did like it.
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I haven't voted on this yet.
No, I didn't see it. I just saw someone talking about it. But I mean, I don't really understand the point in posting these kind of whiny posts about a ship. The thing is made. They're not going to change it now.
Yeah.
No, threatening to melt really isn't going to change anything. The only thing you're going to do is cut your nose off to spite your face. It's a stupid thing to do. I mean, I understand it, because obviously a lot of people, they really do, they pour their entire soul into these ships. They love them like a child, which is fine, and I fully agree. I mean, I love my Freelancer, even though that it really is a piece of shit most of the time. I love that ship. I love it. It is like an ugly child that you just have to love. It's still, it's a ship, and it's not going to change. So I think people need to kind of, like you said, just maybe release a little bit of that anger elsewhere, on their own kids, and leave these ships alone. I don't advise you beat your children, but if you're going to beat your children, do it in a cupboard.
I mean, we can't forget as well, 5 guys have been working hard on this for the last year. 5 designers have really put their soul into it, And people to come along and bash it. I think it's a little unfair. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you see the passion as well for the ship guys, because look at that ship panel when half the people got up and walked out. You see actual disappointment on their faces, because they take this just as seriously as everyone else who bought this ship, if not a tiny bit more. And so I think, hearing like 70% of your fan base go, "You made a shit ship," that's quite sad. I mean, what we should be saying is that's a marvel. You've created something that didn't exist, and it works, and it looks awesome, and it has everything that you need to go out and explore the verse.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Not to go too off topic, one of the guys that left early, I felt really bad, but I had to see Tony Z.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think that we probably, if we'd have known how good that panel was actually going to be, maybe we would have as well. But I'm kind of glad we stayed, because we got the sneak peek almost of the new ships before they then told them again, before the panel. But I think you should have seen their faces. They were a little bit disappointed.
I mean, when you can see the crowd leave, and it's like, but they shouldn't anyway. They shouldn't compete these 2 different talks. They just let them not overlap.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they failed there a little bit.
Yeah. One thing I will add, a bit of a good note about this ship, though, is that it is going to be the first ship that kind of has a bit of everything, I mean, it's going to be so popular when it comes out. I mean, because it has a med bay, it's got the snub ship that has quantum, it's got a lot of storage. It's a really nicely well-rounded ship.
Yeah. Cool. So next up, we've got a post from Producer.
Please keep that in.
Oh dear, we're not drunk. And it says, "Congrats on 252 million funding. Can we have some update on a few forgotten features showed in ATV?" So basically, there's a list here again, more lists. Over the last 7 years, there's been a lot of things teased and a lot of things shown on all the various subscriber-based content on YouTube. Things like depressurization, item 2.0 in outposts, ship armors, all sorts of stuff. Being able to send magazines over to your team and stuff. There's a lot of stuff on the list. And essentially, what Producer is going on about is, where is this stuff? Sometimes they'll say something, and then never talk about it again. It just vanishes into the ether. Is there any stuff that you guys were really excited about and then it just vanished?
Depressurization was actually something I was thinking about the other day. I remember them showing that in a ATV a long time ago, and like you say, it just kind of vanished.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah, that was like they opened the wall and the box got sucked towards the wall or something.
That's it. Yeah,
incredible footage. Yeah.
And then they brought like the shutters down, or whatever you call them, and then the room kind of pressurized again, and everything fell to the floor. And you're like, that's awesome. We need that.
Really awesome. I'd say that's one of the highest rated things here on that list. Anyway, is having that happen to your ship or something.
Yeah, definitely. Breaching. I don't remember ever seeing anything about that.
No. Is breaching not the same as using the multi-tool to kind of hack into someone's ship, the door?
Could be, yeah.
Or more drastic, the railgun to break in.
The railgun works, kind of.
Yeah.
If it doesn't blow the ship up first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously the most important one on that list, facial hair. New facial hair.
Oh yeah.
Needs me a beard. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff over the years that they've kind of gone, oh, look at this amazing thing, we're really excited about this. It's kind of like a kid that just has too many toys and they go, this is my favourite toy, and then 2 days later that toy's in the bin. It's like I think they kind of get a little sidetracked by the amount of things they got going on. But yeah, I'd love to see some of this stuff back. It's just seems a waste of. They must have had that to a degree of working to be able to demo it.
Well, I think I know what happened. I mean, I don't think any of this stuff is like gone to the bin. I think it's still there. It's just been deprioritized for Squadron.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not all of it. Maybe some of this we'll actually see. I mean, we did see the mini map before. We have seen like where is it? I saw the mobile shields. I saw something about that, and like a lot of things in there they have talked about continuously, and they have showed it in the roadmap. I think a few of them, but
definitely seen the that portable shield that he was talking about. I think that's in the Squadron 42 roadmap in a couple of quarters. But yeah, they've definitely moved some stuff around, and I think also. Have you noticed recently for the ATV videos we get to see stuff that we're going to be getting very, very soon? They rarely sort of look a lot further ahead than a quarter now. Maybe that's why they've... And a lot of this stuff has kind of gone off the radar, is that it's just not ready. So they're just never going to show it until it's in a much better place. Maybe they've kind of learnt from past lessons.
Yeah. Totally agree with that, because they know if they show something too early and it doesn't work, people are going to complain instantly.
Yeah, I think they can see that on Spectrum. It's one of those things where, back in the day when they'd go, look at this new thing, we're about 12 months off being able to bring this to you, and then people would be like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And it gets to the point where they're just pulling their hair out. So yeah, I think that you're probably right. I think that it's just safer for them to just show us what they've got now and is coming soon. Just makes it easier.
Yeah. I mean, well, this is kind of going off again, but like the Hull C. The Hull C is flyable. It is a perfectly flyable ship. The only thing that doesn't work is the physics grid for the cargo.
Yeah.
I mean, they technically could release that ship now, but someone's going to be like, well, I can't put any cargo on it. So they're going to complain about it instantly, and just it'll provide a lot of negative base. So,
I think one of the biggest problems they got with that ship specifically is that they can't really introduce it until you got ship to station docking, because it can't land anywhere. The same problem with capital ships. People are begging them to release capital ships into the game, but where the hell are you going to spawn the thing?
Yeah, exactly. Wait a minute, he's forgotten docking on that list. Where's docking?
Yeah, that's a good point. Probably because that is, I think they do occasionally still talk about that, but yeah, not much. And that's a big thing as well. Like you said, I mean, we're basically kind of stuck with the size we've got now of ships until they have that. But like you said, people complaining, I want my, giant, planet-sized ship, and then they'll moan when they've got no way of actually spawning it. So they can't win, I don't think.
Yeah.
and probably no way to actually crew it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take a whole server just to run the thing properly.
Yeah. You'd end up with about 15 pirates that you didn't know about just on your ship.
Yeah.
Stealing copper. Okay, so next up we've got a post from X-Lord Helmet. And it says, congrats CIG on already beating your best sales year. And I love this. Guess I'll beat all the talking heads on YouTube to this. Well, yes, but we're not talking heads. We're shiny images and voiceover. So we don't count. Basically, if you look at this image, it just shows that they have absolutely smashed it this year as far as funding goes. And you look at I think it was the month of November, obviously, which is when they're going to be bringing out all of the IEA stuff and all the sales, and absolutely smashed it. Did you guys actually buy anything this November?
I actually bought 4 CX8 Pisces.
4
okay.
Tokens. Yeah,
Yeah, everyone's doing that.
Actually,
I'll keep one for myself, but 3 tokens.
I can't really talk. I got 2 of them as well. So
I bought nothing. I'm a good boy. No, I'm a poor boy. I must admit there were things which I was looking at thinking, oh, I should, but then I thought, no, I need to eat.
Yeah, that's more important.
Yeah, that is more important. This goes to the greater. Congratulations on hitting $250 million funding.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. I didn't think it would ever get there. Actually, it's probably going to get a lot more, because if you look at this graph that he's actually put up there, you can see that generally the funding is just getting more and more each year. Maybe in 5 years we'll have $500 million.
Yeah, maybe.
That's an insane amount of money.
It's definitely doable as well. I mean, because this game has some of the largest backers I think that have ever existed for game development. For just backers, not they're not. It's not like they're buying into the company. You know what I mean? They pay I know that there are people that exist that have spent $60,000 to $70,000+ on this game.
Yeah.
Which is just vast. I mean, you could quite literally buy, I don't know, you could buy, what can you buy with 70 grand? I was going to say you could buy a flat. That's not true. You could buy a hovel somewhere. But,
especially not in London.
Especially not in London. No, you could barely run a car for that money in London. But it's just vast. But they deserve it, because this game is just insane. And it's only going to get better. We've seen it at CitizenCon with all them weather effects and that. They're putting a lot of effort in. Yeah,
it's come a long way. I mean, in this year, testament to them, because it didn't crash at all for the keynote or the intro and the keynote. It was flawless,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's turbulent. They need to fix that.
Yeah. Well, I think that was local, because I think they may have been running that whole thing local. Yeah, and I think that they just messed up their server locally, which is happens. But it would have sucked if that had have crashed, and they were just kind of stuck. Can you imagine if it crashed mid wormhole?
Mid wormhole. Right at the end. Oh, no.
Yeah. That's all right. They've got some VT.
Yeah. And let's not forget as well, they still have 2 more concepts to sell on the 12th.
Yeah.
2? I thought it was just the rumoured Aries.
And the mole is going on sale, I think.
Oh, the mole. Yeah, that could, yeah. Good point.
Yeah, what was it that was... Oh, no, it was the Pisces that was available tomorrow, and then it wasn't actually available tomorrow. It took a few days before people could buy it. I was like, that's quite funny. They had a big graphic on the screen and everything that said tomorrow. They were so pleased. It made me laugh. But no, I mean, massive congratulations to him, because to think, Chris Roberts sat there at some point going, I'd love to make another game. And then 7 years, a quick 7 years later.
7 years later.
$250 million. Crazy. Cool, so next up we've got a post from Chikatilo, and it says played 2.0 to 2.6, 3.0 and 3.7. Basically, Chikatilo has kind of jumped around a bit. He's had massive gaps where he's not even really paid any attention to the game, but he's now back in 3.7 and very, very much enjoying it. For the first time, he's been able to actually do things like, complete missions, go to all the planets and stations and, upgrade his ship, all that kind of stuff. The things that we kind of take for granted now, but if you cast your mind back only a year ago, some of those things you could barely finish a mission, stuff like that. So, yeah, it's really nice to hear that he's having a good experience, and he can't deny that they're taking their sweet time. But I love this bit. Was in college when I pledged. Got a bunch of kids now. I love that. That's my favourite part.
Yeah, 3.7 has been a really good experience for us, as anyone who's watched our 3.7 review would have heard.
Yep.
Yeah, we've had a really good time with it. How about you, Zapps?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. To be honest, I was traveling a lot for 3.7, but I played 7 too, and wow, yeah, really, really great.
Yeah, I mean, my experience, I remember when the PTU came out, I didn't have a great experience at first. It was pretty bad for me, but that does happen. But then, yeah, the minute they released that into the PU, I've had a blast. I mean, I'm not one of these. I'm not really a solo player at all, so I don't really go on many games. The only games really that I will play solo is like World of Warcraft and maybe a VR game. But there has been the odd time where I'll come on this game and just go for a fly, and it is quite unusual for me because I like people to talk to when I'm gaming. So they've definitely done a good job making it a little bit more richer, of things to do, especially the caves. Man, the caves, I love them.
Yeah.
And this guy thinks 3.7 is good. Wait till 3.8 comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, totally. 3.7 has just been really good, but I actually jumped in there the other night, and I think it was like a proper newbie player. He must have been sort of caught the arse end of the free fly event, because some of the questions he was putting in chat, I was thinking, a brand new player coming into 3.7 now with everything that he's got, how do you even start to explain how to do things? There is a lot that we kind of take for granted because we jump in and out of it like every day, every week, whatever. But a brand new, fresh recruit jumping in has just got no idea.
What an amazing experience.
Yeah,
definitely.
It was funny. Like, how do I get a ship? And I thought, I'll reply to that one. And then I sat there for about 2 minutes thinking, I don't even know how to start this.
Yeah. Go to a terminal.
Yeah.
The terminal is a square thing in the middle of a... Yeah, it is quite daunting, though, when you think about it. I mean, you imagine, you've never played this game before. You jump in, first experience, and you just spawn in a bed. Like, maybe you don't even know how to open a door yet.
Exactly.
It's just silly little things, but you take them for granted because all of these things have evolved as we've played them. But yeah, if you're a new player, it is quite a detailed game, and it's only going to get much more ridiculously difficult for new players. So they're going to need a guide, definitely.
Yeah, a much more in-depth guide. I mean, the learning curve on it is pretty steep, especially at the 3.7 level now, where there's so much more that you can do.
Yeah. Imagine when they bring survival mechanics in and stuff like that. It's just gonna.
Oh, good luck.
How do I eat?
Yeah.
How do I poo? Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
The toilet, my ship is backed up. How do I flush it?
Yeah. No, just if it's a shorelet, just push it away and never look again. Yeah, they've got those guys now, like where you can actually go on and sign up to kind of be helped in the game, which is quite interesting. I'll be interested to see how that's actually going to work. Might play a noob one day and just go, I need help, and see what happens. But yeah, it's come a long way. And when you think of 2.0 to 3.7, back when all we really had was like, Arena Commander, and then eventually we had like 3 moons or whatever it was, and we were like, wow, this is amazing, look at all this space. And then now we've got like moons and ArcCorp, and it's come a long way. And people moan, but 7 years is a long time, but look at what we've got. Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, but 7 years isn't a long time with some games, you know? Like, there are games that take 12, 13 years to make, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. We're just seeing it from the very concept. That's what I think a lot of people don't realise about alpha and stuff, is that more often than not, we don't know about a new game until it's about 6 months, maybe a year away. But they've been working on that for 7 years. Whereas like this, we knew about it the day they thought about it, pretty much. And all we're doing is seeing the entirety of the development, which I think is awesome.
Oh, it's incredible, you know? And the pace of development is only going to pick up because, you know, the last 4 or 5 years, they've been streamlining their own tools in-house. You know, once they have that done, they can just start to roll out stuff a lot quicker.
Oh, yeah.
Another side of this, I just wanted to quickly say is, I like how he's taking breaks between patches. You know, there are a lot of people that play this game and they don't take breaks and they get real fed up of the grind. And they should take a leaf out of this guy's, or, you know, a page out of this guy's book, because this is really what people should do. Just step away for a while, come back in a month, 2 months, you know?
Yeah. I think that's why I'm always excited to play the game, and why I am always quite enthused on a Thursday and a Monday when we stream and all that, because I don't generally play this game that much. I'm not one of these people that plays it every day. I don't want to grind until I know it's persistent, so I'm kind of just leaving it alone. And I enjoy it. I think that actually makes it a more fun experience for me. When I come back into a game like tonight when we play, I'll be like, yay, you know, it's exciting. Whereas I do think you're right, people burn themselves out a little bit on this game by grinding in a game which doesn't have much to do. I think they just get a bit frustrated, so.
Yeah, especially when it gets wiped every 3 months. I mean, hopefully after 3.8, no more, but yeah. You know, you got 14 million accrued for 3 months and then wipe, gone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay, so last up, but definitely not least, we have Jag Hiroshi, and it says, glass shader people, stay away from the Pisces. Basically, it's quite a funny, Jag is into conspiracy theories, and
he has a big conspiracy theory.
Oh, he does. Yeah, I mean, this is. I believe it. You know, I've bought in Jag. If you don't believe it, when the Arrow first came out, clean, perfect, smooth glass, it was lovely to look out of. Now, it looks like literally someone's just taken a scrubbing brush to the entire glass and just gone, yeah, no, you don't need to see out of that. And he fears this is going to happen to the Pisces eventually, so that you want to upgrade. I agree.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, just look at that picture.
That is ridiculous.
Who thought that was a good idea?
How can you see where you're going? It's just like you have to like open the cockpit to have a little look out. Like, oh no, I'm still going in the right direction. It's just...
You can imagine like Ace Ventura hanging out the side window just so he can see where he's driving.
Yeah. Oh, it's so crazy. I mean, we've moaned about this a lot as well, because there's other ships that have this problem, but that is so extreme. And it does feel a little bit cheeky, you know. You're like, you start to think, oh, maybe if I go a bigger ship, it's got more cockpit, there's more glass, you know, spread the scratches out a bit. You know, oh, I don't know. Really is mad.
What I can see with this though, like that's an awful picture. I could never ever fly that ship like that. But I think there's a guy with a little slider in the office somewhere, just tweaking it between patches, just having a bit of a laugh. Like the mess you guys, this one, you know. And but the other side of it as well is, could this be a part of system degradation? Like, okay, it's not implemented now, but over time your glass gets more scratched and worn.
That is meant to be a thing, isn't it? Really, your ship's meant to get more dirty and things. But yeah, is it that? How do you fix that in the PU though? How do you wash your ship? Or
I think that's the problem. Yeah. Have you not seen one? There's one just outside Hurston. Yeah, I think that's the problem, is that maybe this is their version of degradation for the glass, but there is no way to fix it yet. So it just gets to its worst state, and then that's it. You're basically stuck with that. And it does. I mean, I like that idea, although I think that should take genuinely
time.
should take a year of in-game flying, an actual real-time year for your glass to get that bad. Because what the hell are you flying through apart? Unless you're literally going nose first into asteroids, your glass should not look like that.
No.
Definitely not.
Well, as Zapps said, there's probably some guy in the CIG office. And some of the guys sort of turned to him and said, "How much scratching should we put on the windscreen?" He's gone, "Yes."
Yes. So that was brilliant. It sounded like you ate your microphone. You're like, yes. I love it. That is the enthusiasm he had as well. He's just sitting there with a slider, just like, yes, more and more. He's like this. He's like the Star Citizen villain.
Yeah.
Oh man. There you go. But I think definitely they need to do something eventually, because you can't live like that. And you get it in turrets as well. Just crazy, where you literally go, yeah, I can't use this, and you just leave. So they really do need to figure out a way to. I think what they need to do basically is give that guy a month off. He's clearly too stressed. When he comes back, maybe he'll slide that back down a little bit, and everyone will be happy.
I think that's a good idea. For example, that freelancer turret, completely unusable.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, it's so bad.
Not just the glass, the actual turret itself is also shit. But yeah, God forbid you want to see someone while you're shooting them. Okay, so before we go, I just want to throw the mic over to Captain Zapps, who is a very awesome streamer on Twitch, does a lot of Star Citizen content. So do you want to give us an idea of what you've got coming up in the next few months? What sort of streams you got going on?
Absolutely, guys. First of all, thank you so much. Saturday at 5 o'clock GMT, I have an Org v Org event. We're taking over those guys with ships 890 jump, and we're going to steal their secret Arcor plans for 200,000 K.
Nice.
That's pretty much it, really. And then I'm off. I'm off until next year. See you guys later. Happy holidays.
I'll definitely try and check out the stream. How many aside have you got?
We have, at the moment, I think we're slightly outnumbered. There's 10 on our side, and there's about 20 on their side.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Them odds.
But they're not fighters.
Oh, really?
That's what they say.
It's going to be interesting. And what's your usual streaming schedule?
So I'm normally streaming 3 nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, from 7 p.m. GMT until about 10 or so. Friday, I usually drink, so it goes on a bit longer. So
yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, we've thought about that before. Maybe one night we'll do an alcohol fueled crying cow stream, but don't nobody want to see me when I'm drunk.
Sure we do. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's all fun until I start crying.
Oh, you too. Yeah.
I'm a sad drunk. But there you go. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this week. We hope you liked the posts. We hope you found them informative or amusing. If you did like them, then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more Star Citizen content. And don't forget to get commenting for your chance to win the awesome Cutlass Red. It is an awesome ship. It's coming out in January. I know you want one. So yeah, get commenting on this and every video in the month of December for your chance to win. I think I'm going to try and do my best to actually give it away on Christmas Day. I wonder if that's possible. I'm not going to commit. I'm not going to commit, but I'm a sad, lonely man, so I might have time. So I'm going to do my best to give that away to a lucky person on Christmas Day. So yeah, that will be awesome. And yeah, Zapps, thanks so much for joining us. It's been awesome.
That's correct. Thank you guys very much for having me here. It's been a pleasure.
And I think that is pretty much it. So thanks everyone very much for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.